All right, guys, we're back at it. I'm going to be going over another problem that I think is pretty difficult, can be a little confusing, and it's problems like this. So you may see a problem where it says, gives you three scenarios. One's an equation, one's a table, and one is going to be a graph. And your job is to figure out what is the constant of proportionality for each of these. So let's take a look. So it says three airplanes are traveling at constant speeds. For each, the distance traveled depends on time as shown below. So D stands for distance and T is the time in seconds. So the first one here, the distance is 520 meters in 1 second. So the constant proportionality for this one is going to be 520. That's a pretty easy one to see. But here, it doesn't really tell us here, but we have to see if these are all in direct proportion, that if we divide each of these, and we divide each of these here, that the distance divided by the time, 960 divided by 2, or 1440 divided by 3, or the 480 divided by 1, that the constant proportionality here is 480, or the other way to put this is 480 meters per second. It's pretty fast. Well, we know it's fast because it's going to be an airplane. And last but not least, we see a graph. And again, what we're trying to find here is all of these are the unit rate, how much is going on when you go for 1 second. Well, here's the time in seconds. And if you guys can see, it's going up by 500. Can you see that 500? That when you go for 1 second, you're going up 500, 2 seconds, it's going 1,000. So this one here, the constant proportionality is going to be 500. So if we take airplane A, this stands for meters per second. And this one is going to be, let's go back up, this is 520. So this would be 520. The second one, B, is meters per second is 480. And the last one that we see is going to be 500. That one's the graph, is the 500. This looks really confusing. It can be tough. But it says which airplane is the fastest. The fastest is going to be how many meters, meters total. The most per second. In this case, it's going to be airplane A. How far does each airplane travel in 2 seconds? Well, if 1 second is 520, 2 seconds would be twice that, would be 1040. 480 times 2 would be 960. And 500 times 2 is pretty simple, would be 1,000. Hopefully, guys, that helps to kind of answer this question. And we'll do another video to kind of go over some of the other things.